Ooh.
Kick in. Why does it always do that?
Sound check, 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 check. 1, 2. What is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. Float like gravity. Never had a cavity. Okay. OG Chapeau. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Who?
Ryan.
Chief.
Ryan.
All right. Since Ryan's already here,
Mhm.
well, we'll wait on that.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's lock in. Let's get down.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. If we cut out, if this video just stops playing, we will try to resume it. If not, hang tight, go back to our channel or your channel. That's what we like to call it, kind of like a 5K family. 5K, 5 kids. So yeah, it's like a family deal. If we cut out, we're sorry. It's an internet issue we have on this island, Dauphin Island, in which we live off the coast of Alabama. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, guys. And gals, it's helpful. And number 2, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is your only qualification to compete for the $250 or any new tennis racket of your choice, or a reel of Y-Tech string, 660 feet, or this 2007 Babolat Pure Aero, the original, Nadal's first racket that was kind of mainstream, and that's an original 4.5-inch grip. So don't forget to subscribe. If you want to play these games, these competitions for the prizes, there is another video that's on the same playlist. And I put a link to it. By the way, you should give me a fist pump on that. I figured out how to copy a link and paste it. Freaking righteous. Felt good about that. I was all excited. I was like, what?
He's old school.
Yeah, so I went into this video as I was trying to create it, to be live, so you could see it a little earlier than expected. We had rain this morning, and our morning sessions of lessons were axed early.
Yeah, they're pushed back now.
Yeah, so we have lessons in the afternoon, so we got it done now.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a link to all the rules in the description field of this video. So if you look at the description, I think you have to expand or hit a button. The description comes up. There's a link right at the top that tells you all the rules to the competitions. We are not going to talk about that predominantly here, but every time we do a draw release type show, we always kind of morph our fantasy team selections and our finalists for the men's and women's and the winners. We kind of morph them into one big conversation. Mm-hmm. Okay? But if you want to know the rules and you want to play, look at the other video on this playlist. Okay? All right. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the draws, obviously, some of the qualifiers and wild cards. We're going to talk about the fantasy team selections, the tennis racket giveaway, which is predicting the finalists and winners, and more. So I want to start today's show out with a poll question, okay?
Okay.
And then I want to get answers on that, and we'll start kind of there. Poll question is this: does everyone want to honestly see a Novak Djokovic versus Roger Federer final? And do you think the draws were designed that way?
No, I don't think they were designed that way. He was in 7th seed, right? Isn't he the 7th seed?
I don't know. 7 or 9, something like that. We have it here.
I don't think so. The more exciting side is Federer's side, honestly.
And lastly, within that same poll question.
He's 6.
Lastly, within that same poll question, what is the probability of that happening?
What's up, George? Draws feel empty without Nadal. The probability? Well, guys.
What's the probability of that happening?
You want me to tell you my final?
Let's go.
They're probably going to kill me. My final is actually Federer beating Djokovic at Wimbledon.
Oh, so you have Federer going to the final?
Yeah.
So you just preemptively let out your tennis racket giveaway selections, even though we're not.
I had to go with the heart. I looked at the drawer and I'm like, he's got a good shot. Medvedev is beatable. So yeah, I went with that.
I'm not going to let mine out of the hat, out of the bag that quickly, but she just told you if she was winning her own $250 or whatever, she is picking, who is it again?
Roger Federer.
Federer to beat Djokovic in the final? That is obviously not going to happen, but...
You know why I went with that? Because all of you guys are going to pick Novak Djokovic against Medvedev. You all are going to do it. So I'm going to be different.
But different doesn't. Okay, so if everyone is not jumping off a cliff, you're gonna jump off of it just to be different.
Did we not learn from the French Open what happened?
This isn't clay.
Exactly. This is going to be tougher than clay. In my opinion, when we started the draws, I thought the women was tougher than the French, and I thought the guys was way tougher than the French to pick.
I don't even think Roger Federer makes it past the potential third or fourth round matchup against Cam Norrie. But we'll get into.
Is that a joke?
What do you mean?
Cam Norrie beating him? That guy doesn't have enough game to beat Federer.
Has anyone seen the recent pictures of Roger Federer up close?
I have
without makeup and publicists around. Do you have those pictures?
Yeah, I do.
Now I want you to look. I feel like close up. I feel like I look a little better than that up close. I mean, damn. I don't think he's going to be able to get past the second week. He may not get past the first couple of matches. Okay, a little gray in the beard. He's looking okay. A little Rod Laver-ish or something. Stan Smith-esque. Okay. All right.
This is a bad one.
Can you get can we get some?
That's a bad one.
Yeah, that's a little rough there. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
All right. Always have to check the phone. Look, pictures don't illustrate everything, but again, you can't expect for Roger Federer to beat Novak Djokovic looking a little bit on the late side of his career. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's 127 other people in the draw besides him that I think that have a better chance. Maybe not out of 127, but I think out of 128 players on the men's draw, I'd probably say 75 of them have a very good chance or have a really good chance to beat Federer at this tournament.
Says for Life said, Justin, you claimed the draw would be rigged in favor of Federer. Looks like you were wrong.
How so, though?
He is 6. So he would have...
Okay, well, first of all,
you just said he would have made it past the third round?
Well, okay, first of all, I'm not saying it's rigged or not, but to call me out on that, and I agree, I deserve that. I do, because I talk so much smack about it. But first of all, Djokovic and Federer are in opposite sides of the draw, so let's look at numerically how it's supposed to be done. 1 versus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's 6. He's 6.
6.
Okay, so effective. It was okay. Mm-hmm. Now who are they looking at? Who is each player looking at early on? Djokovic, Draper. Okay, Draper may have a chance out there. Could you imagine if the young Jack Draper actually beat Djokovic? That would be insanity. But Federer starts out with a Mannarino. Mannarino could beat Federer. Then a potential Gasquet matchup. Gasquet, I don't know. They're both, been around. It's possible.
First of all, I have Gasquet going down to Sugita. I don't think he'll even get through that.
Look, and Mannarino's right now playing great on grass. At least his last tournament, right? Mm-hmm. So Mannarino could very well take out Federer in the first round. Don't underestimate Federer going down in the first round. Gasquet, I don't think so. I think there's a whole lot of mentality that goes on with Gasquet and Federer when they match up. But Cam Norrie, I think against Federer, Cam Norrie being hot on the grass right now, at least warm. I think Federer has a good chance of losing in the first round to Mannarino, and then I think Federer has another good chance of losing to Norrie in the third round, right? And you don't want to know who I have beating all of them come the fourth round, and I'll save that for my fantasy team.
Aren't we going to say it later on anyways?
What?
Our result, what we picked?
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Oh, okay. So, you act like it's like a mystery.
But guys, don't etch in stone that Federer's going to even get out of the first round. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't do that.
Someone asked here, Ellis Fire, who is better looking right now, Federer or Lopez? Same age, laugh out loud. Better looking, Lopez, hands down.
Better looking, okay. Can you quantify the question? Better looking, like how does he look as a handsome or young man, or better looking as a player?
As a player, Federer. As handsome, definitely Lopez.
Lopez, yeah.
He's Spanish. Spanish people age very well.
Okay, so now you're being racist against us gringos, huh?
Federer's not gringo.
Okay. What's the Spanish definition of gringo?
Huh?
When you guys used to always call me the gringo, what does that mean?
American? Gringo is American.
Okay, so that's what that means?
That's what it means. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why you would get mad. Gringo is an American.
I'm just playing.
But Lopez is Spaniard, and the Spaniards do age better than Swiss, I guess. I mean, he's tan. He's got, I think he probably protected his face a little bit better than Federer has. So, yeah.
Yesterday, Carla and one of our 5 children, Christopher, played a match. If you didn't watch that or you have no idea what I'm talking about, you should check that match out. It was uploaded yesterday. It's on a different playlist, but you should watch that match. It was a very good match. And after that match, and I won't tell you who won the match. Watch the video. But one of our longtime viewers, and I feel like he's kind of like a friend to me. You know what I mean? We have the same energy. His name's Yin Hao Kor. And the first thing that he sent to me was, it was a great match, but it's unfortunate, something along these lines. It's unfortunate that the players weren't protecting themselves from the sun. In other words, a wide brim hat. I was filming the videos and I had a wide brim hat on, and Carla and my son Christopher did not, and that was a worry for him.
It was hard to play with the hats.
Why did I go on a health venture here? Protect yourself from the sun. Thank you, Yin Hao Kor, for the perception of that. I try to tell them to do so. I've had so much stuff cut off my face, and I don't mean just, the biopsy version. I mean like anesthesia, waking up with stitches all down your face and a swollen side of your head. You got to protect yourself from the sun, and I think that goes back to Federer and you talking about Lopez and who looks better and who doesn't look better. The pigmentation of the Spaniard, again, they're able to cope with that a little bit better. But Federer has always been a bandana guy, except for early on. He used to bust a ball cap, right? A backwards ball cap or a frontwards ball cap. But he was pretty much a bandana man from very early on, and it's paying its price. You can see it in his face.
Well, I wear a lot of, protection on my face, and I did have one of those long visors, but I couldn't play with it yesterday because it keeps coming off, sweaty and all that. I mean, I did wear the Novak hat because it finally got to me, But it's hard to play with a wide brim hat. It's really hard.
Yeah, don't forget to protect your face. Thank you, Yin Hao Kor. Shout out my brother. What's up? All right. The poll question was, is that what everybody wants to see? Federer versus Djokovic. I guess I could say personally, it would be great to see that. Obviously, it would be good, but I know it's not going to happen. I wouldn't bet a dime on that to potentially happen.
Well, Adobe says Wimbledon needs a Fed Novak final for ratings, so let's hope they both get there.
Agree with that statement, but the chances of it happening are slim.
Darren says, hey guys, hope you're well. The weather hasn't been too bad. Darren, I know you're a huge Federer fan, so I'm sure that you're picking your boy to make it to the final.
I don't know, Darren, play the fantasy team and tennis racket giveaway. There's no one more that I would love to send it to. Or the cash. By the way, one of your countrymen, Matt Cain, won the last tennis racket. He chose the tennis racket. I think that's all we were doing at that point. But Matt Cain is in London as well, or UK, and he won it last time. There was 3 winners in the fantasy team last Wimbledon. It was myself, but I don't win my own, so I'll take it out. It was Matt Cain and Casper who won the French Open this past time.
No, it was Sister the Queen and Casper.
And Casper, yeah, yes. He won it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, if Federer gets through Norrie in the 3rd round, I mean, I think it's a pretty workable draw outside of Medvedev down low, and we'll get to that here shortly. All right? We know Dominic Thiem is out. This is old news. I don't think we brought it up here. It doesn't really matter.
No, yeah, we know that.
But we know he is out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read my fantasy team selection, okay? Go ahead and get that conversation started, and I'll tell you why. If you don't know the rules and how these players add up points, go into the description field, click on the link, and all the rules are there. If you play and submit your teams, they need to be in the comment section of this video, preferably the first video on this playlist, the rules, so every competitor can see one another's teams. Dusan Dramacanin in Slovenia, what's up, bro? Have you heard from him prior to this tournament?
No.
I don't think we've heard from him since the French Open. Dusan Dramacanin keeps up with all the scores electronically, i.e. Excel sheet. I do it manually, okay? So I have 3 new notebooks, Dollar General, baby. Let's go. 98 cents a pop. Get down.
He's promoting Dollar General.
Dollar General, DG. That's how we roll, okay? So the players I have on my fantasy team are this. Player number 1, and the only player I have that's worth 1 point per match win, Novak Djokovic, okay? He wins it. He wins it. Count it, take it to the bank, go to Vegas and put $150 $50 on Djokovic to win it. To win $100, you get you $150 back. You get $100 plus. Take your family out for a little meal, not with 5 deep because, you know.
No, we've done it with 5 deep.
For $100?
No, for 150.
That's what I'm saying.
We've done it. Go to a Mexican restaurant and then
you still can't take 7-piece latte for $100.
Justin, we've done it at a Mexican restaurant.
Like $128 and then throw in the tip.
Well, okay, if you're ordering a lot of margaritas, then yeah. But if you don't, if you don't drink margaritas and you just order the food, you're good. So he's like 3 people. He's like 3 people.
Okay.
Dushan is on. He said, I'm here preparing the sheet.
Let's go, Dushan. Let me pay you, bro. Seriously. Okay, Dushan, let me at least do this. Can you go to the link below in the description where it says Teespring? Click on it and pick out any shirt you want or sweatshirt. You're in like Northern Europe. You can throw a hoodie in there.
We haven't done the predictions yet, guys.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. So throw a hoodie in there, Dushan. I'll send it to you like now. Okay, no worries. Let me at least do that. Okay, there's a lot of merchandise there. It's really cool too. All right, Djokovic is the only men's player that I have that's worth 1 point per play. Okay, all the rest of my players are worth 2 points, and then I have my 3-point player at the bottom. You ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Opelka, 2 points. Let's get down. Dan Evans, the mighty, and look, so Dan Evans, there's a Henman Hill, a Murray Mountain. Do you think Dan Evans will have like something? Like,
he should.
Like
He's a fighter.
An Evans ant mound or something?
A bench.
Evans
something.
bench.
Hallway.
Water fountain.
I don't know.
The Evans fountain.
Yeah.
Then you got to think about Nori, and you got to start giving them to everyone.
Nori hasn't proved himself yet. Sorry. I don't know why we're...
All right, Djokovic, Opelka, 2 points. Dan Evans, 2 points. John Isner, the man who single-handedly changed the whole tradition of Wimbledon with no tiebreaker in the 5th against 2 players, right? Wasn't it Mahut and Anderson, right? He was involved in both of these damn.
Oh, shame on you.
Damn you for not being able to break Mahut. How can you not break Mahut? Damn. The next player, don't laugh at me for this one, Nick Kyrgios. And yes, I know Nick Kyrgios is going to go.
Go Nick Kyrgios! Go Nick Kyrgios! Just kidding.
I don't know why. Look,
I don't know why you picked him.
He's playing an on fire Humbert. That's hot right now.
I actually have him upsetting Humbert. I said, you know what? This guy can do some damage. I said, but he'll probably lose. I have him beating Humbert, and then I said, he'll probably beat Felix, maybe. I said, but he'll have a tough time with Zverev.
Where is this bozo? Where is Kyrgios' bozo self? Where is he in this draw? Do you know where he is in this draw?
Right here, look.
On Djokovic's side?
No, he's not on Djokovic.
Okay, where is he?
Berrettini lined,
where's this bozo?
87.
All right, 87. Okay, I got Kyrgios beating Humbert, and then I have him...
He's going to beat Londero for sure.
Yeah, I have him look, he has to get through Humbert. The only problem with Kyrgios is do you know the last time he got anywhere at Wimbledon? Wasn't it 2014, like 8 years ago?
Woo!
And he got to the 4th round? Did Kyrgios make a 4th round in 2014? Mm-hmm. Am I right or wrong here? I think the furthest he has ever gone at Wimbledon was quarterfinals 14. Check my math on that. I think that's the case. But look, I have such a wacky final, you're going to just laugh. But nonetheless, look, if you're going to tell me Berrettini, Isner, which I think is a 3rd round potential, I think Nori is another 3rd round potential. But is there any player outside of Kyrgios in here that you would bet your house on? Even we know Kyrgios is erratic. We know he's like someone that doesn't really nonchalantly care in terms of the media's eyes, but from coaching circles, if you follow coaching circles on different platforms, he's actually he is very involved. His portrait, his picture that he paints for everybody is to make you think he's not. So yeah, he has these things he does and all these things that, I don't put much, but he actually does work.
I'm sure he's practicing.
He's practicing.
I'm sure he's practicing. I wouldn't be shocked if he beat Humbert. Very beatable on grass, even though he's done well.
He's doing well right now. I think.
He's done well. He
just won a tournament.
But I just think that he will shock a few people. I think he can get through a few rounds. I'm not saying winning, but a few rounds definitely.
And look, if Nick Kyrgios is the thing with Nick Kyrgios is he just doesn't care. So if Nick Kyrgios,
when you don't care, you do.
Look, some of the people
play free.
Yeah, some of the people I've selected on my fantasy teams are only big servers who I would never pick at any other tournament, right? And Kiragosa can lay the serve down. And sometimes Nick Kiragosa is just like, forget about it. I don't care. I'm going to serve my second serve just as big as the first. If he's serving that way, first serve as big as the second, and doesn't have a shoulder injury or something because of it, and he's landing 65, 62, 63 first serve percentages, and say it's the same as the second, if he's serving as equally as big first, second, he's holding.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And all he has to do is kind of just get into it. And what's the crowd capacity? Is it 100% or is it 50%?
50%,
50%?
100% the finals.
I think the crowd would back him in a way, but look, I have Kyrgios getting pretty far, but I have a lot of other people getting pretty damn far as well. All right, I left off on Kyrgios. My next player is Marin Cilic. Don't laugh at me. Marin Cilic made a Wimbledon final against Federer, correct? Federer beat him, and Cilic cried on the sideline.
Cried like a baby.
Was that right, or was that the U.S. Open? No, Cilic won the U.S. Open.
No, he cried like a baby.
Cilic will
I almost picked him too.
Cilic will have to face Medvedev early, but because Cilic is a 2-point play and Medvedev is a 1, I decided to go with the potential big man to get deeper in the tournament. Now, Medvedev could very well axe Cilic in that second or third round matchup, but I said, why not? I'm not going to win my own stuff anyway. The next person in line, even if I do finish in first or second place, I'm out and the next person's in. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go with Cilic. The next player I chose is Cam Norrie. Why? He's playing pretty well on grass. He needs a Norrie Mountain or a Norrie something. So I chose Norrie. The next player, Sam Querrey. Sam Querrey is good at Wimbledon. He's solid. He's a 2-point player. And I felt like he was worth taking, even though he has a huge first-round match. Who's Querrey's first-round match, Carlita?
First round, I have him upset here. I put upset alert. Carreno Busta, even though he was at today's final against Medvedev and got beat. I put upset alert. Sam Querrey beats Carreno Busta.
Let's go. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I went. So look, I play conservatively at Wimbledon. Big servers, 1-2 tennis at least for the most part. Obviously, why I didn't pick the likes of Swiatek or if you guys choose.
And I got an upset alert for her too. I say she goes down first round as well.
So. The next player that I chose outside of Querrey is the only 3-point player we are allowed, which is you must choose one wild card or you must choose one qualifier. I went with Ott, the German player. Mm-hmm. He's played pretty well on grass. He plays the young man Rinderknecht, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So it's qualifier against qualifier in the first round, and I just want that 3 points. If you can get one match win off your qualifier or a wild card player that's worth 3 points, that's a good start because a lot of us lose that player in the first match. So I went with Ott, O-T-T-E, to win his first match against Rinderknecht in the first round.
Someone's asking me a question. Kevin Anderson versus Novak. Your
yes,
thoughts?
Good. Yes. Okay, that's a topic. Let's give that person a shout out. Who said that? Praveen. Great to hear from you. Hopefully you play at the games. But yes. Where's this out on my sheet? Anderson, where you at, buddy? Where you at? Let me get to it. Go ahead, but yeah, go.
I don't think that Anderson has a chance. He had a better chance when he was in the top 10. I mean, he's been injured. I think that he'll get through his first round. I have him going through the first round, but I think once he meets Djokovic, that's it. Djokovic will steamroll through him. The Novak Anderson final was a joke to me. Wimbledon final was a joke to me. I mean, the guy was tired from playing Isner, and then he had to play Novak. I'm like, this is not even a final. I didn't even enjoy that final. I didn't even watch it. So I think this will be 3 straight sets.
Will you read that sentence right there?
Djokovic Anderson, second round. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's interesting.
Look, I'm with him on this one. I jotted that down doing my fantasy teams and draws, and I felt like that was an interesting match.
I don't think so.
For the same reason that I thought that the Kyrgios pick was interesting. Not that I think it's that dependable, but it's interesting because they have an ability to really serve very well, and they've both been. Kevin Anderson has been very deep into this tournament, all the way to a final, right?
Well, Zest for Life said Anderson is in a serious decline.
Agreed.
Stephanie said when's the last time Anderson even played? David Vulic said Novak in 2, early retirement from Big Kev. Shashank said it's not the Anderson of old.
I agree totally.
Shadrach said Novak will chew Anderson. Alex M, Novak in 4. Ellis Fire, Novak in 3.
I think Novak like 3-3-1. Maybe 3-3 and 1.
It's not an interesting match to me. I don't enjoy watching Anderson play. To me, Anderson is a little worse than Isner. It's just not exciting to watch.
At this point,
Their
yes.
strokes are just, it's not fun to watch them.
You know, and Anderson's the family guy. You know, married. He's on the end of his
It has
career.
nothing to do with that. I mean, he was never interesting when he was at the top 10 to me. You know, he was hard. He has that type of dry personality, like Murray. It's just very dry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you can't get excited. Querrey's kind of that way, too. They're very dry guys. No, I don't know.
When you see, and this has to do with Kevin Anderson, when we watch the Tennis Channel, they'll show this thing called bag check. I think we did a bag check. I think we copied the Tennis Channel and did a bag check one day.
This is my puppy.
And so, yeah, do any of you ever judge the man in a man by what kind of dog he has?
No.
I do. You know,
I don't.
If I see some, brother walking down the street and he's walking, not even walking, he's just carrying like a little chihuahua.
No,
I'm like, man, he's kind of soft, bro.
No, I don't.
You know, I think Anderson's issue is he has a chihuahua. I think he needs to get a bigger dog.
No, because that could mean the guy is nice, soft, and tender. No.
Might be.
No. Very caring. What?
All right. Okay. So a recap of my fantasy team: 1 point player Djokovic, 2 point players Opelka, Evans, Isner, Kyrgios, Cilic, Norrie, Querrey, and my 3 point player that must be a wild card or a qualifier is Ott, Otte, the German player. Women's team, here we go. 1 point players, and I have 2 of them. That means I have only 3 1 point players in the entire 18 players that I have. Serena Williams and Petra Kvitova. Those are my 2 1 point players, and I'll go ahead and tell you that is my prediction. I'm not confident about it, I must say. Okay, I'm not etching, go to your bookie and drop a whole bunch of dimes on this. But after spending a couple hours of rationalizing with heads to heads and different looks through the draws and so forth, I felt like Serena Williams and Kvitova, Petra, were the 2 best players on this surface to get where they need to go. So I chose Serena Williams and Kvitova, and I'm not going to tell you yet who I chose to win that match in the final if that occurs. The 2 point players I have, Kerber, let's go. Getting back in the thick of it. She's playing well against Kvitova right now. We have that over there. I can't put it here. Actually, we've debated putting a small TV here and just turn the volume down so we can not play-by-play it. Yeah, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But, so at least we can watch a match and not have to wait to do the live shows during Wimbledon if they're right there. You see what I'm saying?
Here's a funny question. I had to laugh. Dave Rulich said, can you even imagine Querrey or Anderson ripping off their shirts after winning a major? Laugh out loud.
What would that look like?
It just wouldn't look good. I know. I could imagine Martin Fucsovics doing it. Novak, he's got the style to do it. Rafa's got the style. I can't even imagine Federer going. It just wouldn't fit his type of personality.
What do you see hair under the shirt, or do you think you see shaved? Do you see
who?
Let's start with Federer. Is Federer
He's got
shaved
hair
or hairy?
like Novak.
Federer's hairy.
So is Novak.
What about Anderson? Is he hairy?
No, he's got no hair. But can you imagine? It'd be like watching an
Now look,
an ostrich. Sorry.
So look.
No.
So look, you as a female, do you prefer hairy chest or not hairy chest?
No, I don't like hair. But that's me. Some people like the Italian look with that little bit of hair. Some like the super hairy back and front.
Oh.
Some women like that.
Hairy back? A back hair?
I've heard women like that.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I like no hair.
Let's go.
No hair. But if you're gonna rip your shirt, you better have some guns when you do it.
Yeah.
It's gotta look good.
Feel it.
Carlos is savage. Not even a little bit of hair? No, I don't. Just his guy. No hair.
Ain't nobody don't pass me.
What's up, Matt? I haven't had a chance to watch your video, but I will.
Matt King?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, prior champion. They didn't have Wimbledon last year. He won it the year before. Won a tennis racket. Let's go, Matt King.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back to the women's team. Again, my 2 1 point players, Serena Williams and Kvitova. 2 point players, Kerber, Kontaveit. Let's go. Always like Kontaveit. I think confident. I don't think she will, but I think Kontaveit has a really good chance to go really far, not only in this tournament, but every tournament she plays. Mm-hmm. She's a good player. I love Kontaveit almost as much as I like Lisicki. Sabine Lisicki's like my second dream girl besides Carla. Love Sabine. Let's go, girl. Next player, Ostapenko. Why did I choose Ostapenko? Okay, I get it. We've chosen her 1,000 times since she won the French Open when she was 17, but I've continued to pick her. Why, outside of that, I don't know. Are you sniffing my mouth?
No, because someone said Carla likes magic men. It's the name of a movie. Darren said that, and there is a guy there that I think he's. I don't like him. I think kind of resembles you a little bit. But I forgot the actor's name.
All right, Kerber, Kontaveit, Ostapenko, Jabeur. I picked Jabeur, Tunisian girl. I really look. If I had the ability to put the trophy in one female player's hands right now and hold it up and win the tournament without playing a match, it would be her. Why? Who said on the last show in comments that that the wild cards should be given out to one person from each continent to make sure that tennis continues to grow globally as an international language? I don't think there's been ever a Middle Eastern or African continental female that's ever won a major. I know that, right?
Yeah.
Jabeur is taking it on her shoulders and doing so. My only problem with Jabeur and the reasonable probability of her winning is that she's way out of shape. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely out of shape. We've talked about this a lot of times. If she were to be ripped up, I guess not everybody that's ripped up has to have this picture perfect hourglass. I get it. But she's got to get in better shape than that to go 7 deep every other day, 7 matches every other day for a fortnight. She has to do it.
Yeah. William Spencer said, trying to pick my WTA team. Thinking I might just throw the names at a wall and see which one sticks.
That's good. That's good. Look, let's ask Matt Cain for a minute. We haven't heard from Casper out there, but they were the last 2 winners of the fantasy team for Wimbledon. It did get played last year, but it did the year before. I'm curious how they picked it. What was their strategy there when they picked it?
For me, it was easy. Honestly, I sat down, I thought about it and what I've seen and what I know about them, and for me, I went through the women's pretty quickly, and I had many I think I had 1, 2, 3 upsets there, and I have one player. Why is she still playing?
Don't forget to hit the like button. I think we have like 46 people on, and I think 20 thumbs up. Let's get a couple more. Let's go. I'll give you some Ric Flair. Come on. Let's get down. Come on.
Darren says, Justin, I agree with your comment on wild cards should be spread out and not just for the home nation of Slam.
Yeah, and look.
Oh, I didn't know Tracy was going to retire.
Who?
Troitsky. Alex M said Troitsky. So is Suarez Navarro. She's going to retire.
Yes, Troitsky, much love to the fine Serbian player. And he's had some ups and downs for sure. And then also Suarez Navarro. She's had, cancer she's dealt with?
Yeah, so she got a tough first round.
Bartee, tough match.
And another one I put that needs to retire immediately, Stozier. Just wasting space there.
I think Sam Stozier can
just
still
play doubles.
Yes.
Don't play singles.
Yes.
Give that opportunity to someone young.
Yes.
Get out of that.
Sam Stozier is still a very fine doubles player in her own right. All right, we'll finish off my women's fantasy team. I mentioned Jabeur just then. I picked Danielle Collins. I picked Danielle Collins because she's a 2-point play. She's got some attitude. She can hit the ball through the court. She's not scared to go for it. She's kind of like Sabalenka, but not quite as good consistently. So I picked Danielle Collins. My next player, 2-point player, is Madison Keys. This is probably what's going to cost me my whole survival in this fantasy team competition, is probably Keys, as well as probably Querrey, probably Cilic, and probably Evans. So I went.
Kerber will hurt you too in content.
Kerber, yeah. So I went very risky and I went very conservative in this tournament. I forgot my qualifier. My women's qualifier. Actually, she's a wild card. So I chose my men's qualifier 3-point play as Ott. And then on the women's side, I chose my 3-point player as Samsonova. She's played very well on grass now. She beat Muguruza here just yesterday or the day before. Or was it today? I can't remember. So that's what I went with. I either win this thing or I lose after the second round. I'll be tearing my name out. Mm-hmm. Dusan, I love you. Let me send you something in Slovenia, 5K hoodie or something. Pick it out, find it, and we'll send it to you now.
LS Fire says, drop shots, even a good idea on grass. Yes, very effective on grass, drop shots.
Yeah, not as effective as on clay.
No, but very effective. You want them sliding in, or you still slide kind of on grass, because it's grass. Well, your feet don't quite stay planted.
Well, on grass, the slide sometimes turns into a slip, especially very early on in the tournament. So, grass has got, chlorophyll in it. It's green. It's a growing surface. At Wimbledon, they irrigate underneath the grass. It's not synthetic grass. It's real grass. So early on in the tournament, what happens when you walk out in your yard? Even if it's a beautiful sunshiny day and you're walking, you come in and you got wet grass on the bottom of your shoe. And you're like, damn, I got to take my shoes off outside. This is an issue that some of the players have that can't afford or don't have the sponsors for special spiked shoes. Have you ever seen, these golf shoes, they have little spiky bottoms on them? If you look at the best players in the world, they will have sponsored shoes. And they will have more of a soccerish, like an indoor soccer field type texture on the bottom of the shoe. But the players that are just, just kind of hucking it in a sense and don't have a shoe sponsor that aren't making them customized shoes, tend to slip a lot. And that's something you have to look at too if you're a betting man. Who am I betting on and what kind of shoes they got on their feet the first week of Wimbledon? The best and the best have more traction, but even then, they still slip. Yeah. Right? So we have to think about that.
Darren LeBeau said, what do you guys think about the seedings at Wimbledon this year? Medvedev seeded 2, Federer seeded 7. I thought they partly based the seeding on past grass court.
They changed that.
They changed that.
They changed it this year.
They're going by rankings now.
Yeah, Gene Swart was the first person to mention that. We were assuming that it was always like it was before. Now, for a long time, Wimbledon would have, and Darren, you can correct us on that. You're there. But as I recall, whoever was the champion the previous year was always the 1 seed. So it didn't matter if someone won it the previous year and then they lost every match until the following year they played again. I thought it was the previous champion was always number 1. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It wouldn't have been fair had Federer been number 2 in that tournament. It just wouldn't have. There's another question here. Let's see. Okay, the ball doesn't bounce. No, there's something I saw. Okay, George Shredo says, saw bracket this morning. Djokovic has an easy draw compared to Federer's. I think the only one to beat Djokovic in Wimbledon is Novak. Yeah, I think Novak's draw is, he's going to cruise.
Look, there's no such thing as an easy draw.
No, but he's going to cruise. There's everybody's, to me, the tougher players are down where Berrettini and Medvedev are. That, to me, that's where the tougher players are.
Djokovic's potential draw, in my opinion. Djokovic will face the young Jack Draper. Could it happen? Maybe. I mean, if so, the whole country of England would erupt.
Rossalde, right? Like a
Rossalde,
or Soderling at the French.
Yeah. It would have to be a big epic moment, and if so, then Jack Draper, the young 19-year-old, would become immediately the biggest thing since sliced bread in the UK. Then I'm sure Djokovic gets through that relatively systematically. Then Anderson, he gets through that systematically. Then a tricky Seppi, I think, in the third. So you have Davidovich Fokina in there, but the person that I think below that section that has the most experience, even though they may lose in the first round, would be Monfils. I think Monfils and Djokovic meet in the 4th round. And you may laugh at me about that, but that's okay. I think Davidovich Fokina and Christian Garin within that mix, I'm not buying either one of them.
I have Davidovich going out to Kudla. I think Kudla could beat him. And Garin, I have him losing to Liu Yangsen, whatever.
And correct me if I'm wrong on this. This is off the top of my head. This may be wrong, but I think Denis Kudla did really well, if not won Junior Wimbledon at one point as a young American junior. Maybe not Wimbledon, but I think Denis Kudla. I may be wrong there. Anyway, I think Djokovic and Monfils meet up in the 4th round.
I agree with you on that one.
And then he cruises right through there.
He cruises. I have him meeting Fognini in the quarterfinals. I have Rublev going out to Fognini. I don't think Rublev is going to do good in grass. I would be dumb to even pick him. As a matter of fact, I have here upset alert. Iron Man, Fusovic beats Sinner. 1st round.
Is anybody studying Andy Murray at all? Look, Andy Murray's a wild card. If you pick him on your fantasy team, he's worth 3 points a pop. Are you studying that? Are you taking that?
Yes, I am.
Look, I don't know why you would take that. I guess everybody was like, oh, Andy Murray was shedding a tear when he beat Benoit, the beautiful silky smooth flat collar Pierre the other day. But Pierre didn't even try, Carla.
The only reason I picked him against Bashvili is because Bashvili is supposedly another white beater. Why do I laugh at that? He has not had the best year. He's beatable. A dog can beat him. A cat can could beat him. I could bring my 5-year-old, might beat him.
I'm not studying Andy Murray. I don't even
So
care.
I said, you know what?
way.
Andy Murray's got a chance against Bashvili.
Nah, Bashvili beats him.
And then he faces your qualifier, Ote, which he can beat. So I said, Murray can give me at least 2 rounds, and he'll go down to Chapo.
Look, I think my qualifier that I chose, Ate, I think he goes. I think Ate makes it to the 3rd round. I think Ate gets to the 3rd round.
That's funny.
I think he does.
Funny. And here's another upset.
Bashvili beats Murray though.
No, mark my words.
Murray will not win that.
He will win that. He'll have the crowd behind him.
Anybody?
Bashvili, and he's like another mummy. When he plays tennis, there is no fire in that guy. He's just like, he looks like someone that got beat up, honestly.
Who wins that match, Murray or Bashvili? And let's be honest about that.
Murray.
Bashvili wins that match. Murray goes home. Maybe not.
All right, then I have here another upset alert. I put Thor, ex-Thor, Khachanov goes down to Mckenzie Mcdonald from the USA. Why? Because he's not that good on grass. He's very beatable this year. McDonald's actually had a great record this year. And I said, you know what? He's got fresher legs. He's got less drama in his life. Khachanov was once the top 10 guy, and now he just keeps going down and down and down. And I said, this is a great win for this American guy who could probably beat Clark next and then face the Tsitsipas. So that's why I went there.
Okay, this is a good match between a good player, in my opinion, Karen Khachanov, and a subpar player, Mckenzie Mcdonald. Let me explain this. Khachanov, I think, is a great player. He's had a really rough go since he kind of flashed on and gotten in top 10 or close to it.
The forehand.
He's got he has the Tiafo forehand. They set up and it's just a big forehand. Okay. Khachanov, who's he playing again in the first round?
Mckenzie.
Mckenzie Mcdonald, Khachanov first round. Khachanov wins the match.
No, he won't.
He wins the match. I think Khachanov will win the match in 5 sets, and I think it'll be a very long match. Mm-hmm. But Khachanov wins that match. Look, Mckenzie Mcdonald, did you pick him as your...
No, I didn't pick him. I didn't touch it. I'm just giving you my predictions.
Can I read Carla's fantasy team? Can I read it? You read it.
Sure.
Okay, so indicate your 1-point players.
Okay.
All right, here's Carla's fantasy team. Okay, 1-point players are who? Carla chose a different strategy than I did. I only chose one guy that was worth 1 point per match, and the rest of them were 2 and 3 points, so I gambled. Carla picked all 4.
Gomez didn't make it. I didn't see Gomez. He didn't make it through the qualifiers.
She picked all 4 men and women 1-pointers. Yeah. She's got a total of 8.
So I picked, of course, you can't go wrong with Djokovic. The safest pick, number 1. That's my 1-point pick.
Agreed.
Then I went with Federer because I believe that Federer will win. I'm hoping.
I don't.
Praying. Look, I don't really believe, but I'm going to go with my heart, okay? I mean, it would be great. He would need a miracle, but it could happen.
Guys, Manarino could very well beat Federer in the first round.
I doubt it.
He very well
Federer is my 1-point pick. Then I have Medvedev, because you know what? I believe this guy can do well at Wimbledon. I don't really like him, but you know what? I said he could definitely make a semifinal, so I'm going to pick him. And guess what, guys? I actually picked Puppy Hater on my fantasy group, because I believe his draw is pretty open.
Who's Puppy Hater?
Zverev. Berrettini, I just don't think he'll get that far. I think he'll go down to Isner. And he could beat Rude, he could beat Isner, he could beat Felix, he could beat Nick Kyrgios. So that's why I have him as my other number 1 pick. My 5th pick is Fognini. Yes, I know he hasn't played well all year, but for some reason this guy does pretty good on grass. Next guy, Evans. How can you go wrong with the one-handed backhand, the fighter? He's got the crowd behind him. Next pick, Isner, a big server, a benefit at Wimbledon. Opelka, another big server. You can't go wrong with those guys. And then my wild card is Murray. He's playing at his home turf. The crowd is going to be behind him. I've never been impressed with Bashvili. Sorry. All right, my girls.
Murray's going down in the first round.
Serena Williams. I'm hoping she wins this slam. I think that with all Halibut and Osaka not playing, not that it really mattered on grass. Mm-hmm. Kerber's not the player she used to be.
She looked pretty good today.
Azarenka is beatable. Sabalenka is not winning a slam. Neither is Pliskova. Kvitova is the person I have her going to the final with. I think Serena has a great shot here. Kvitova is my other pick, my other 1-point pick. Coco Gauff can meet Serena in the 4th round.
Okay, so let me flip to Coco Gauff. Since we wrote separately, we try to do that a lot so we can kind of debate it and maybe yell at each other a little bit, but that's okay. We always, shake hands, give each other hugs at the net. Be careful so every tournament that we do the fantasy teams, and this is our 4th Wimbledon doing this, every year people get confused when they select their fantasy teams about seeded in the tournament and ranked in the world. Watch the first video. There's a link to it in the description below. Click on that and you'll see all the rules there and where to put your picks. But Coco Gauff is seeded number 20 in this tournament. So she's a 1-point play. So remember, you can only have a maximum of 4 players seeded within the top 20. So if you're choosing Coco Gauff, she is a 1-point play. If she was if she was seeded number 21, then she would be a 2-point play. But she is in the top 20 seeds.
And deserves it.
So she's a 1-point play.
All right, my another 1-point pick is Azarenka. Azarenka has a pretty good draw. She could get far depending if she has a mom day or not. Sometimes she lets players beat her that should never beat her. I don't know. Pegula is my 2-point player. Kasatkina, she's doing well on grass. Collins, because I find that the Americans love this surface, and she's a fighter. And I like girls that are fighters. Jabeur, her game suits her well here. She likes to slice. She likes to dice. She is patient. You don't have to have a lot of power. And Coco Vandaway. I went with another American who I watched play on grass, and I thought she's got a good shot here too.
Coco Vandaway and Danielle Collins are very tough to discern against. They're 2 feisty girls and their reputation precedes them. So you went with 2 of those. You went with Collins and Vandaway.
Yes.
So what does this tell you?
And Pegula, another American.
But Pegula is a billionaire's daughter, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. But Collins and Vandaway are a lot more hungry, I would think, in terms of why they're so feisty. Collins and Vandaway, I'm shocked you chose both of them. I gambled and picked one of those.
Well, because of where they're at. Okay, I just looked at their position. Okay, I said, here's Collins. 1st round, Herzog, she'll beat her. They're both fighters, but she'll beat her. Then she'll get Kudermetova or Golubic. Beatable match. Then she gets a Kenin that's not very confident right now. She's, new coach and everything. And I said, you know what? She can win that. Mertens, who has no power, can't overpower her. Keys, who sometimes is there or not.
Who is Vandaway's first match?
Let me go back to it. Her first match is a qualifier. Govrtsova.
Govrtsova's a beast. Oh, stupid pick by Carla.
Want to bet, guys?
Vandaway is going down in the 1st round. Govrtsova's a beast.
Justin
Govrtsova can
no
play. You should never. That was so stupid, and you're locked in for that. That was stupid.
How was that stupid?
Don't
She's got an over?
Okay. Okay. Let me.
She had to qualify.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something right now, Carla. Right now. Okay. Tomorrow night, Carla and I are going to a cover band concert that covers music from Grateful Dead.
And I'm not
I won't get into that.
The only reason I'm happy I'm going is
anyway.
food.
Whatever. Okay, I'm a big Grateful Dead fan. Anyway, long story short, Carla has never been to obviously a show, but she's going to go to a kind of a 2.0 version of that tomorrow night. We're going. Let's go. Getting her out of the house. She's getting old. She can bring a cane, start hobbling in the damn thing.
Jen Brady's not playing.
Okay, if I am correct. Okay, Vandaway loses that match. Okay, you will do something for me on this show, and it's going to be like fake dancing to a Grateful Dead song.
You can't dance to that music.
I mean, you're going to figure it out.
How can you
lock it
what
in?
What are you going to do?
I don't care. Yeah, you can.
Like dorky stuff.
Yeah, you can be dorky
music?
stuff. Yeah,
there's no rhythm to that music.
That's okay. Well, you're going to figure it out.
To listen to that music,
are you locked in?
You got to be high, drunk.
Get me locked in. Lock in, girl. Lock in. So you're going to tell me that?
You got to be high, drunk, or out of your mind.
Are you telling me?
Coco's winning the first round.
If Coco Vandaway loses her 1st round match to Govrtsova, which she damn sure will, and Vandaway is going to lose badly. It's going to be like 3-3.
So what do you do if I win?
Tell me. I already told you. I'm going to play a Grateful Dead song for like 20 seconds. And I can't monetize the video because
Justin
of
will
that.
rap. Justin will rap here on the show.
Let's go. And freestyle right out the head?
Yeah.
And what beat you gonna give me?
I don't know, whatever beat you want.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Locked in. Give me that. Bow.
I'll ask the questions. Guys, thank you. About my serve, honestly, it sucked. My serve was so bad. My first percentage was so bad. I told you, I have to push the ball in. Yesterday, playing against my first student and my son, just not a good service day at all for me. All right, here's a good question. Joker Tennis said, at 5K Tennis, do you think Sue Shea will beat Igor Swiatek?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
And I almost picked Sue on my as my one of the unseated, you know.
Can you give that person props for what you told me before we started this? You told me that would happen.
Yeah, I wrote it. It's on my paper. I said, upset alert. She will make the first round. As a matter of fact, I have her going even further into the.
Who wrote the comment?
Joker Tennis.
Let's go. Come on. Same brainwave. By the way, in the video yesterday where Carla was playing one of our 5 kids who's a really solid player, Carla lost the match. Let's go. The next match we'll film will be between Carla and I.
I'll play better on that one.
And the only reason why we haven't done that beforehand is because I film it and we just film on a cell phone. And I've had my cell phone for a couple years and I know it kind of well, So when I give anyone else a cell phone, they move it real quickly and they don't know how to zoom. So it ends up messing stuff up.
Our matches are better. His type of game, it suits my game. So I can hit the ball a lot cleaner and stuff. Yeah. Christopher's game is the type of player like Nick. Like, they look like they're not interested. They stand on one side, leave this whole side open. Yeah. And it's tough because mentally, if you look at he's just like...
You think you're going to have an open court all the time.
You think you have an open court, and here comes the ball back with the stupid slice or dink. And then, but his type, he feeds it to me so I can really hit my shots.
We'll see how it goes. The only problem for me when we play is because I had my knee fully reconstructed after blowing it out completely, ruptured patellar tendon, major surgery, knee reconstruction when I was playing her a match before. My movement isn't like it used to be. I used to play very defensive and just run every ball down and give him another ball to hit, kind of like my son Christopher that we filmed yesterday that you can watch the match yesterday. But I've had to now start going for it, like just serving bigger. I always serve big, but now first and second, just go ahead and serve big, and then go ahead and hit the one-handed backhand. Go ahead and hit it instead of hitting a spot with the slice, because I know my knee won't hold up for that long.
Michael Walker said, against your first student, your serve made Chris Evers' serve look like Isner. Back in the 80s. Anyways, it was good for Christopher. He's a solid player. Honestly, if he had played someone better than me, I've seen my son play at tournaments, his game goes up 100% more, right? And
yeah.
When he has to hit the ball, he plays really good guys. He's very tough.
So, Carla, have you and I read both of our fantasy teams completely?
Yes, and good not Joker Tennis. I know I would not go anywhere with Georgie as your picks. No, that's why I didn't pick her. Definitely not.
So we've read them both, so I'm going to stick this. My cover's gotten a little off already. All right. I'm going to put the fantasy team notebook away. Again, if you guys are going to play, go to the description, click on the video, and look at the rules. I know Dushan, McKenzie, what's up, my bro? We're going to be very busy with this one, so try to pay attention to the rules.
He said he can't download it. He's doing it manually as well.
Okay. So we got 2 people doing it manually, so please listen to the first video because on this playlist, because it's very hard to go through 50, 60, 70 people's players, and there's 18 for each. You're talking hundreds of players, and make sure it's right when you can just watch an 11-minute video, and it's really basically simple.
Are we going to talk about some matches? Because I have a whole bunch of women's here that I think are going to go down.
Okay, before we're going to do that next, let me go ahead and read our predictions for the finalists and winners. Okay?
Yeah.
My prediction for the men's final, okay, and then the winners. Riley Opelka versus John Isner. And the score is 7-6.
Okay, you're joking, right?
Can I finish this?
Why do you have that there?
Riley Opelka versus John Isner is my final. 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, 6-7, 13-12 in the 5th, because damn Isner, Mayhoot, and Anderson jacked up the whole score deal by their abhorrent attempts at breaking a bozo player's serve. Thank you, Isner, Anderson, and Mayhoot. Get on these! They know Philip on these! Anyway, that's a joke, obviously.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Could damn well happen, though, unfortunately. Ask Mayhoot, Anderson, or Isner. Okay, my men's finals predictions. Novak Djokovic faces Danielle Medvedev in the final. Djokovic wins. Why? Because Medvedev still doesn't have a very consistent net game, and Djokovic knows to exploit that.
Williams said, "Damn, what you been smoking?" It was a joke. It was a joke.
Good job. Okay, on the women's side, Serena Williams takes on Petra Kvitova, and Serena Williams wins it and ties Margaret Court for her 24th major. And we can finally get rid of this old-ass hag out of our conversation about tennis entirely. Get rid of Margaret Court. Get her out there. See you later. Be gone. All we need is a tie. Just like Novak Djokovic only needs a tie to get rid of Federer and Nadal.
Djokovic ties, he's the GOAT.
If Djokovic ties, he's the GOAT.
If Serena ties, she's the GOAT.
If you're tied with everybody in majors and you're above them on head-to-heads, you're the GOAT. Djokovic wins this. There is no more discussion about the GOAT. It goes to Nadal number 3 and Federer number 2, and Djokovic is the number 1. Because you can't tell me that Rafael Nadal is digging in his...
You should tell it to Djokovic's son.
Digging in his butt all the time. Nadal's nothing, man. Nothing. Nadal's a has-been. Get lost.
How is he a has-been?
Because he is. He picks his butt. He should have been has-been a long time ago.
Don't you do worse things?
Well, anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Carla. I already said mine, right? Carla has Federer beating Djokovic.
I'm not winning my own racket.
Damn. Then
if it happens, holy shit, the credit I will get.
Let's go. It's not going to happen. Don't even get excited about that. Serena versus Kvitova. Serena winning. We had the same women's final. All right?
If that happens, holy crap, all you guys have to send me something. Federer stuff all over.
Now, understand what she said. Okay. Carla has 2 ways of pronouncing the word something. Something is spelled S-O-M-E-T-H-I.
Something. Something.
Okay, see, she just said something, but when Carla gets fired up and gets going, she says something. S-U-N-T-H-E-N-G. Something versus something. When she says something, that means she's active.
And when Serena plays, Alex Couillard, if I get that shirt,
send me something.
If I get that shirt before she plays, if I get that shirt in time, I'll wear it the day she plays.
Send her something. Let's go. Let's get down.
Justin, stop talking about Rafa like that, or you could wake up with an X on your back.
Okay.
Nah, I'm not that obsessed. No,
don't
good. Worry about it, George. I'm not that obsessed.
That's all right. I do have an axe on my back, though. You know I do have an axe on my back?
Yeah.
I have a battle axe tattooed on my right shoulder, so I do have an axe on my back.
Zest for life, how I disagree with you. Osaka has the best chance of beating Margaret Court's record, but she needs to get back ASAP.
What?
No way.
Osaka's a has-been.
No way. She has only been able to win on 2 surfaces. And she's only at 4 slams, and she's what, 22?
And none of these slams are going to even want her there, because now she has stated.
Sit down.
I got to grab something now. Osaka has stated, I have a medical issue and I can't deal with the anxieties of blah 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 blah. So now she's always going to have an asterisk next to every time she goes to a press conference and how she acts during the press conference. That her little childish remark that she shot from the hip will cost her career. Her whole damn career.
Jose P says, you still play tournaments, Carla? No, I don't. I'm about to be 42. I have no reason to want to play tournaments. I'm actually trying to save my body for my daughters and my little guy when they need hitting partners. So no, I don't play tournaments. Let's see.
That's a good question, though. That's a very good question. She means saving the body for daughters. What does that mean? I'm 43. She's 41. You play like that more than a day or 2 in a row, and we play like that honestly kind of every day. Then, so we have one child that's 19, and he's at the Air Force Academy in Colorado in college. Then our next child, Chris, who played Carla yesterday, which is a live video or a video that's available now. You can watch their match. Epic match. Really good. And I'm not spamming that. It was a really damn good match. Then we have Liliana, who is our 12-year-old. She's here, and she's a good, strong, young player. So we have to be able to kind of play with her and give her hitting lessons and so forth. And then we have Gabriella, who is 8, soon to be 9 here in July. And she's a good little player already. And then we have JPD2. Let's go, Justin Jr. And he's 5, and he's already hitting one-handed backhands from the baseline at 5 with regular balls. Not foamy balls, not the cheesy bullshit. not the things that.
Well, Ryan got to hit with him.
Yeah, I mean, so ultimately, if we're playing tournaments still, the last time I played a really competitive match where I gave it 100%, like everything, I ruptured my patellar tendon and I had to have major surgery and was out of the game for a year. So there comes a point in time where you're like, okay, I'm either going to change my game to a more 1-2 game and stop chasing every ball down. And even then, if it's a 1-2 game, let's not play a lot of those type 1-2 matches because injuries, muscle tears, whatever. We have 3 more kids to get to that level.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not gaining anything by playing tournaments. What am I going to gain?
Nothing. We're going to get a trophy?
Yeah. Is Venus better than Osaka? Yes.
Venus?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Someone's asking Jack Nolte, is Venus better than Osaka? Overall, in her careers.
Like right now?
No, in their careers.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Venus Williams.
Prime, yes.
If Venus Williams and Osaka's career stopped now, look, in terms of competitive advantage, I think Venus Williams' career stopped. I almost picked Venus on my fantasy team though, but I realized that Venus could lose in her first round and probably will.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Nicolescu in there or Buzarnescu?
Then she would have a Shabur.
Yeah, so a tough role for her. But don't forget that Venus Williams has won 5 Wimbledons and did them for the most part. I don't think it was back to back. I think it was like 1, 2, missed 1, 1, 2, missed 1, and another one I forget. But Venus Williams on the surface can be deadly, and she's proven that 5 times. She's won 5 Wimbledons, right?
Yeah.
Did I have that wrong? 5 or 4? 5 Wimbledon?
5, yeah.
Osaka has won an Australian, a U.S., and then an Australian and a U.S.
Yeah. And now for me, I feel like the women's was a lot tougher back then.
Yeah. And
I feel like the women's field was so much tougher. So much tougher.
You got a random dude walking on my porch.
No, it's
that's
construction. That's construction, dude.
But yeah, Venus, in my opinion, at this point moving forward, is the better player no matter how Osaka's career unfolds. Because if you have, look, you know how when we open up a dictionary, like, with the little photographs, and you open up a dictionary page that says a cat, and you open it up and you see this little, pencil etched thing of a cat, right? Mm-hmm. Or you open up something that says boxing, and it shows 2 guys with boxing gloves. Venus Williams, in terms of a Wimbledon champion, if you're looking it up in a hypothetical dictionary, it's her holding that trophy and waving to everybody. Mm-hmm. Osaka can't even wave wearing a mask to anyone, and then says she has social anxieties, only to be in a Vogue shoot the next day with Louis Vuitton masks on. She's a fake. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get into that here because everyone will just hate me and whatever. I don't even care. Naomi Osaka's a whining little girl. A whining little baby. Venus Williams is a grown woman.
I respected Osaka a lot.
Osaka's a baby.
I respected Osaka a lot before she got with the boyfriend. I feel like she got with the boyfriend, something changed. When she won her first US Open, you wanted to get to know this girl. When she won her Australian Open and then got rid of the coach, you still wanted to get to know her. But I feel like she got involved with this guy. She lives in LA. She's influenced what every other young person wants to be influenced in. She wants to live that life, and so therefore I don't really care anymore, watching her. Someone asked, is Sharapova prime better than Osaka?
Yes.
I will have to disagree.
Yeah.
I never thought Sharapova had the best game.
Yeah.
No, I have to disagree.
I still think, look, there was an old Tupac Shakur song, and it went something along the lines, give him the finger. I don't know if you remember this, whatever. I think it was on the album Brenda's Got a Baby or something. Anyway,
Justine Henin was beautiful to watch.
Yeah. When Naomi Osaka won the U.S. Open and made a point to take a picture on the center of Arthur Ashe Stadium with her little wannabe thug life. This dude Corday, he ain't about nothing. Okay, he's a rapper, whatever. But on the streets, I can tell you by his demeanor, he ain't about nothing. I can tell you that. Ain't about nothing. What's up, Mike Nixon? Not about nothing. The studio and the production makes him look all about that, but you get that little homeboy on the street, got nothing. But Naomi Osaka made a point to let this whole new lifestyle of hers give him the finger. She let her boyfriend put her arm around her neck, center court, Arthur Ashe Stadium, flipped everybody the bird, posted it on their social media feed. So hit pause right now if you got kids watching this, because I hate that. We have kids, but you know what? Fuck them. They sent us a middle finger with that 2 million likes where people like this, where you're at United States Tennis Association's major Arthur Ashe Stadium with a brand new roof. And the only thing you can do to all of us is go, fuck you. That's what you can have back. Career's done, in my opinion.
Michael Walker says Naomi Osaka wants to be the next Rihanna.
Whatever.
Yep.
Kiss my ass. Get some singing lessons.
Praveen said, do you think if Roger doesn't win this Wimbledon, he is done and should retire? Yes, I do.
Who?
I love Roger Federer, but I feel like he should play his last year. This should be his last year because you don't want to keep losing and losing and losing and losing.
Corday.
And in a good way.
Corday's soft. Corday, go talk to Dr. Dre, Easy E.
They would laugh at him.
Go talk to 8Ball and MJG. Look, bro. The modern rap music is a bunch of softies.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Eminem because he's soft too.
I don't know. That guy looks like he can fight.
Whatever.
I like Eminem. George says ghetto culture should stay away from sports of tennis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Zest for life. I think Federer should finish his career in 2022.
Good luck with that.
Jack Nolte, Andrescu versus Querrey. First round could be a close battle. Yep, let's talk about matches. Come on.
All right, here's a couple nuggets that I wrote down looking at draws. Number one, Gael Monfils, agree or disagree, has a workable little section. I'm not talking about draw. I'm just saying Monfils is in his own little section. If he's playing well,
if he wants to play. If not, he could go on in the first round.
Next question, can Fusovic, her boy, a.k.a. Iron Man, take out the young Yannick Sinner in round one?
I think so.
I think
very
so too.
Good chance. He's got a very good chance.
I think Fusovic wins this match only because it's the best of 5. I think Fusovic beats Sinner in round 1 and sends the young man back to next gen. Mm-hmm. Riley Opelka versus Denis Kopfer in the first round. If Riley Opelka gets through Kopfer, who gave Federer a lot of trouble, after Kopfer gave Federer trouble, Federer pulled out like a pansy before he playing Berrettini. Does anyone agree or disagree that if Opelka beats Kopfer and gets through that match, he has a workable tournament?
Absolutely.
And when I mean tournament, all the way to the damn final.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, next thing, Basilashvili, as Carlo likes to call him, wife beater, just like he calls puppy hater to Zverev. I think Basilashvili takes out Andy Murray in the first round. Do you agree with me or disagree with
Completely
me?
Disagree.
Love to hear about that in comments.
Disagree with you.
Because even though when we end this, we're teaching lessons. When Wimbledon starts, it's my favorite time of the year. I'm gonna be in your grill all 2 weeks. Let's go. Let's get down. Be ready to talk smack all these 2 weeks, and I plan to win this. Let's go. Playing with all these people, man. I'm planning to win this. This is my tournament.
Jack Nolte, well said. Murray could win 2 rounds, and that's what I got him winning.
Murray's got nothing. He paid off Benoit Pierre to not try in that match he won.
Wait a minute. Did you see the first round they gave Benoit Pierre? Did you see the first round? Where is he? I started laughing.
You guys
I was
are
like,
crazy,
really?
Man.
Hold on. Where is he?
Andy Murray. I'm so bad. So bad.
Where's the first?
He's either stressed out or he's crying.
They gave him Schwartzman. They gave him little man Pierre. He was going to lose that one.
All right, Alex de Minaur against Korda in the first round could be a good match. Mm-hmm. Could be a good match. Maybe so, maybe not. Mm-hmm. Tsitsipas versus Tiafoe in the first round. It could be a good match.
Nah, this is funny. William Spencer says shortbread hit versus Bosch wife silly. What a match.
Oh, damn.
That's mean.
That is.
That is just mean.
All right, Tsitsipas, Tiafoe, interesting enough, but I think Tiafoe has a chance, but I think it's a very slim chance.
No.
Let's talk about Karatsev for a minute. Just like we talked about in terms of our fantasy team selections, a lot of us have chosen Karatsev in the past couple of fantasy team tournaments.
I don't think many would choose him.
Because he's a good 2-point play. But, however, listen up. Karatsev is seeded number 20 in this tournament, so he's a 1-point play. So if you're jumping on Karatsev bandwagon and you think he's 2 points, he's only 1 point. He's seeded number 20. I can't catch all the corrections. I know Duchamp can't catch all the corrections. So pay attention to the rules for this tournament. There's a lot of players If you can't watch a simple video that's 11 minutes long and the directions and the instructions are at the beginning of it, and there's still a whole lot of mistakes, I can't do your homework for you. It's simple. Kiragosa versus Humbert.
I say he's going down. I say Humbert's going down for sure.
I say Humbert loses this match.
He will.
Look, if he doesn't, it's no shocker. You know, Kiragosa's not match ready. He hasn't played a competitive tournament in a while. He's been in the limelight on Instagrams and social media about his personal and romantic life. Okay, I won't be shocked if Kyrgios loses, but I think for a 2-point play, he's got a good chance to earn me 2 points and to move further. Okay. Joe Wilfried Tsonga playing Yimmer in the first round.
They played in the French Open. Again.
Why did they keep playing here?
I don't know why they put him again.
Is it like let's get the two brothers out of here right off the get go? Look, I mean, what is this?
I did not just say that.
Look, I'm talking about it. Why do I care? Look.
Oh
The crazy thing is where I live here, my 3 best friends in the world, 2 of them brothers. Why? Because they get me. They feel me. What's up, B-Dog? That makes 3 of them. So what I'm saying is a lot of you, they don't just get me. But don't forget that Joe Wilfried Tsonga was down 2 sets to Roger Federer at Wimbledon. I think it was 2010, 11, or 12, somewhere in there. And Tsonga came back and dominated that stuff.
He's another guy who should retire.
And I tell you what, hating on these brothers, man. Come on, man.
I have here, do you have Musetti versus Hurkacz?
Yes, I have that. I think Hurkacz wins that match. I have that. It's my next thing. I think Hurkacz beats Musetti. Musetti got hot, won surface, not too far away. Italy is not too terribly far from Roland Garros in a sense. So I thought it was interesting, but Musetti I think will get dominated in that match. Musetti I think loses in the first round.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Korda. I have Korda beating Di Manor. Sebastian Korda.
Well, I wrote the match, but I didn't write a winner.
Yeah, I think Korda will upset Alex Di Manor on grass.
It could happen.
No, maybe.
That's a good match.
Yeah, someone brought it up. Di Manor versus Korda.
Yeah, and thank you for who said that.
Layla C.
Thank you, Layla. What's up, my lady? I agree with you. There's a lot of first round matches I want to see at this Wimbledon. Again, this is my favorite time of the year. It's like Hanukkah or Christmas or whatever. It's just the gift that keeps on giving for 14 days straight. Danielle Medvedev, I wrote here, and this was just a nugget as we were doing our draws. Here's my quote. Danielle Medvedev could win this thing. However, because of his net play, I don't think it allows him to do so. I hear he has been working on his net game, but we know that Djokovic knows this. We know, I picked him as that to be the final. I think that there is
He can make a final because Kevin Anderson made a final.
There is no more big 3. There's only one, so get rid of all that crap. So therefore, just scratch the next gen shit. They should just get rid of next gen because there's no sense to having it anymore because the playing field is evened without Djokovic.
Do you have a feeling,
but I think Medvedev is the second best player in the tournament, even with no net game.
Do you have a feeling that this will be like the U.S. Open? Like, Djokovic is almost a given that he'll win, and then something weird just happens?
It's possible. I do want to give the next nugget I wrote was Cam Norrie against Lucas Pouille. This should be a good match. Why am I so energetic about this match? Is number one, Lucas Pouille was a former Prince player. What does that mean? He played with a Prince racket. Prince Techstream, Prince Warrior, whatever, Prince 03. Why am I privy to that? I've been a big Prince fan forever. I have a beautiful stringing machine. That's a Prince stringing machine. But I've never hit with a Prince racket only because I was born into a family that was already Wilson or Babolat users from a child. But we have always been Prince users from a stringing machine perspective. And stringing goes back generations in our family. Anyway, hence why I have the machine. But Lucas Pouille was a former top 10 player, was ranked number 10. He made some deep runs at majors. I think he made a quarterfinal or a semifinal at Australian. He went through an elbow surgery and a wrist surgery, I think, both on a playing arm. But he's back in it. So I really would love to see Pouille and Norrie, but I do think Norrie takes that match.
Don't you have Norrie on your?
I have Norrie on my fantasy team. I do. But Pouille-Norrie is going to be a good match, and I wish the best for Pouille because he was a fine player, ridden with injuries, surgically involved. Okay. Ashley Bartee against Suarez Navarro, first round. Who you got?
Bartee.
Me too.
I don't think she'll do well at this Wimbledon, though. I mean, she's still dealing with an injury. It'll be a nice farewell for Suarez Navarro.
Adios, Suarez Navarro, one of the final remaining females with the one-handed
There's
backhand.
a couple in there.
There's a couple in there.
Mm-hmm.
But amazing career to you. I think Bartee will end that career if this is truly her last match.
She put it on Twitter. This is her last Wimbledon.
Okay, we heard this before.
Last Wimbledon. No, this is her last Wimbledon.
Well, she has cancer or had it.
Yeah.
And I think she indicated then it was last, so she made a kind of a comeback. Anyway, long story short, much love to you, Carlos Suarez Navarro. We love you a lot and always have.
Yeah, I love her.
Always have. You can look at every show we've done over 3.5 years here, and you'll hear us talk about how much we love you on every one of them.
You know, seems like a beautiful person. I've never seen her do it, smash a racket. So
Bianca Andrescu, I think, could go down in the first round to Querrey.
She could. That's why I couldn't pick her to go far at this slam. I just don't know about Andrescu. You know, I just don't know if she has enough tennis yet or enough confidence to make it that far in a slam.
Never been a fan of Andrescu. I always hated her little scrunchie on her elbow. We've always talked about this. She had a fitness issue early on. She's always been a kind of a puffy, kind of little plumpy-ish, and then I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like Andrescu's energy. I'm not saying she's not a great player. She is a great player.
I like her energy.
But I don't like her energy. I don't care to watch her play.
See,
she seems very full of herself.
Guys?
I don't like to watch her.
See what I mean? We can't all like the same people. So it's okay if you
don't like Andrescu. Never have, never will. It's okay. She seems so snooty and stuck on me, kind of like Chris Evert.
Disagree.
Okay, anyway, Andrescu, I hope you're well, but I could care less about watching you play.
All right. I got Sienakova, Konta. I think Konta goes out the first round. Another girl that I think should retire as well.
Konta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's engaged now. Maybe, work on...
Why doesn't Konta have like a Konta Canyon? They got Hemon Hill, Murray Mountain. They should have a Konta Canyon.
I never liked
Give her something.
I never liked Konta's
Give her something.
But she's not even from there. She just plays for that flag.
All right.
So why would they do that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Serena Williams' biggest threats early on in the tournament. Who are Serena Williams' biggest threats early on in the tournament? Let me tell you. Serena Williams is facing Sasnovich in the first round. Don't forget those girls from Belarus, Sasnovich, Azarenka. Give me some more. Sabalenka. These girls can play, okay? Serena Williams could be tested in the first round. Serena Williams could lose in the first round to Sasnovich. I'm not saying she is. I think Serena gets through that first round match, a tight 7-5, 6-4. But I think Serena gets through it. I think at that point, Serena sails into the third round and meets Angelique Kerber.
Yeah, they said she just beat Kvitova. But again, Kerber in slams has done terrible. She does good at small tournaments, but then when she plays the slam, she could lose to anyone.
Kerber, I think, is not the player that Serena has to worry about matching up against. I think Serena does win that match. At that point,
Coco Gauff.
Yeah, at that point you got Gauff in there, and look, at this point it's up to Serena. It's on her.
Yeah, she could beat Gauff. She could beat Svitolina.
Yeah.
Svitolina going in deep, and I think Azarenka will take out Bartee. Another one I have here is I think that the French Open champion will go down in the first round to Tauson, the 18-year-old from Denmark.
Who?
Tauson.
Good.
I don't think we'll see her go past the first round. Just like the typical French Open winners. Poof, just gone.
Gone with the Wind. Good movie. Gone with the Wind was a good movie.
Yeah.
All right. Something that I thought was kind of cool. We know Tennis Sandgren is a U.S. player.
Joker keeps telling me tennis. Azarenka's coming to Wimbledon injured. Aren't many?
Well, I didn't pick her anyway.
I did.
Oh, good for you. Tennis Sandgren is an American tennis player. Tennis. Get it? His name is Tennis. This is tennis. Okay. There's another player. We've talked about her before, but I thought that was pretty cool to see them both in the same draw, or the same tournament. Was Katie Volynets. Tennis Sandgren, Katie Volynets. Volley at the net. Volynets, Tennis Sandgren. Both U.S. players. Interesting. First round matchup that will affect me big time was my wild card selection, Samsonova, facing off a very good Kaya Kanepi. If Kaya Kanepi loses to Samsonova in the first round, I think Samsonova goes deep. Samsonova can make it to the second week. If Kanepi wins, if Kaya Kanepi beats Samsonova in the first round, then I might as well remove my whole fantasy team sheet from competition and throw it out and just admit that I will not defend my crown. Okay, Sloane Stevens and Petra Kvitova in the first round.
Ouch, that sucks for her.
Let's go. Come on.
Mhm.
Let's
That
go.
sucks for her.
That's all I got.
Kiki Bertens could go down to Castillo. This is her last year playing as well. You know, that's another one that you have to like question. Other than that, we done?
Okay. Again, an ending. If you are going to be competing in these competitions, please look at the description of this video. There's a link there. Click on it. There's an 11-minute video, and the rules are like the first 3 or 4 minutes. Follow the rules. You will submit your teams there and your predictions for the $250 or whatever there. All the rules are there. Dushan and I will be very busy starting. When is the first ball struck? Whenever the first ball is struck on the first match that touches down on the grass at the Queen's Club or Wimbledon, whatever, as soon as that first ball is struck, all the picks are locked. No picks, no changes, no nothing.
So I could change my Azarenka pick?
I'm still you can change your
I'm still going with her.
You can change it. It's okay. But remember, guys, Carla is right next to me. She can tell me to change it out, and I will. But between Dushan and I doing this manually,
I'm not changing it. It's staying the same.
Please watch the rules because unfortunately we can't catch everything, and it's really quite simple. Just watch the first video, put your picks and stuff there. If there's mistakes this time, because more and more people play, and we love that, we think it's great. But if you just watch the simple instructions, we don't have to worry about corrections. If there are mistakes, I'm just going to write them down, and whatever points are accumulated, great. And when it gets to the point where it doesn't work anymore, I'm just going to toss it. Remember, if you're playing for the $250 of the tennis racket giveaway and there's a tie, the biggest purse is $250 cash or a tennis racket of your choice. We'll order it from any liquidator and send it directly to you. You can just play that. You don't have to worry about playing the fantasy teams. But if you play for the tennis racket and you got and a bunch of you have the same predictions, I am going to the fantasy teams to break the tie. So pencil whip something. But I can assure you every single year, and we've done this for 4 years now, there's always mistakes, and sometimes from the same people. As this grows, and that's great, we love it, it's humanly impossible to catch everything because we're writing down these teams sometimes all night long. All night long we're writing, like, you know, middle of the night, writing them down, and then only to have 75 mistakes.
I don't, he does, but he still, yes, the Rafa racket is still up for grabs.
Yeah, it's still here.
He does, and to see, he's nice, because I would not change it. If you guys mess up, I just wouldn't change it, but just as nice.
Okay, this is, let me tell you this is from a tennis collector's perspective, and look, I'm a stringer, we're giving away reels of string.
It didn't help him with his doubles, though. He does have 2 others. He lost in doubles.
I have 3 of these, but this is the one I've never touched. This is
he doesn't touch it.
This is a 2007 model, Babolat Pure Aero, or now it was Aero Pro Drive, now it's Pure Aero, with a 4.5-inch grip, fresh grip bands on it, perfectly clean. I think this racket's been played with maybe twice. Pro Hurricane Tour strings, an Oakland Raiders, now Las Vegas Raiders vibration dampener, brand new overgrip, bumper guards great, Pro Hurricane Tour 17 strings on it. If I'm playing this game and I want something, even if I don't play, that I can go ahead and get and then hold on to it and then sell it on eBay in the not too distant future for multiple hundreds of dollars, this is what I want. And it's out there. Just do a little research. But please, everyone, please let me sleep the next couple days. And please watch the 11-minute video with all the rules. I'm just going to go ahead and say from this point forward, Dushan and Slovenia and me, I'm not making corrections. Either get it right or it is what it is. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
We love you and it's great. But, you know, we're tennis players. We're fans. And we keep up with head-to-heads and statistics and how people play. And, you know, we can watch an 11-minute video and be precise about it.
All right.
No corrections. If there's errors, it's not on Dushan or I.
All right.
And Dushan, pick out something and let me send it to you.
All right.
All right?
All right,
Peace
guys.
out.
Take care. And Ryan, we won 2-0. He forgot to mention it. 2-0.
Let's go. I look forward to the rematch, though. It won't go 3-0.